Hello, this is Hans from HG Webdesign, and this video is about images, backgrounds, images and buttons that we can place on top of these images. Uh, but instead of a button you can use a header or text or whatever you want. But this is about the way how you can put something on top of an image. And in this example I have here two images. Both are backgrounds with on top a button, and here we have actual images with also a button on top of it. You can see there's not much difference between them. Okay, but now watch what will happen when I scale this, so make this picture responsive. I get rid of this setting. Okay, when we go to tablet, you can see everything is going to change. These images that are used as a background are getting distorted a little bit, and the reason for that is because the dimensions of this div, there's a called image wrapper, and it has no further settings on it, as you can see here, is determined by the button, because a div with an image as a background will collapse when there is nothing else inside, when you do not specify any heights or width. So because of this button is inside this div with this image as a background, it has a margin to the top of 22 rems and to the bottom of 2 rems, and that is making this prevents this div from collapsing. And that's with every div and with image as a background. Its heights and width are determined by or something inside itself or something besides it, because sometimes you have a div beside this with some large text, then this will stretch also. But in this case we have two images of two divs that are the same, and then you can see what happened. In the other place we have the image with the button on top of it, and here you can see nothing changed. The dimensions stay the same, the distance between the button and the bottom of this div are also the same. You may think this is different, but it's because this image is much lighter than this one, and you have a little optical illusion here that this one is a little bit higher than this one, but they are on the same height. Okay, when we go a little bit farther, then you see this example is getting worse and worse. So when we have to want to correct this, we have to lower this margin to the top, and now you can have to reduce this until you get somewhere between here 10, I think around 10 here. Okay, now you are the same, and this is a way to tackle this, but you have to constantly change the rem settings of the content that's inside this div, so that's not very handy. So when we go farther, now this is going okay, but you get what I mean by this, what I want to show you. So how do we get this? But there's a very common use case, and there's nothing wrong with it, but you have to do some more steps to get it right, especially when you want to get it responsive, and that's what we always want. So this one is a little bit easier to maintain. So I watched some videos on YouTube and about Webflow and how you can achieve this, and I couldn't find anything There were some pictures with of some videos with this topic, but not the one that I wanted to use. So how did they do this? As you can see, there is a section with a container that's all standard Webflow with two divs that are called image wrapper, with in one div the header and the image with the background, and then the other one and header and the image as a as an actual image. Yeah. As you can see here in the div with the background, there's only a background div that I call background with a button inside, and the other one has an image block with inside an image and a button. As you can see, the same height. So okay, first things first, the image wrapper. I set this one to grid. You can set it to whatever you want, but I set it to a grid, so they are nice beside each other to use them in an example. And then I have this image block with an image and a button. And what I did with this one is I give it a position of relative, and I made it flex with a setting of vertical, center and bottom. Okay, the next step is the image. The image is only at the width of 100% and the height of auto and the maximum width of 100% and nothing else. And now comes the trick. The button, it has a margin to the bottom of 2 rems. This position, this is positioned absolute, and there's a Z index of 2. And what's absolutely important that you do not do is to use one of these settings, because then it will not work. So you only have to set this to position absolute. Do nothing with this. Give it a Z index when you don't think it will for sure. Maybe some designs this will hide behind the picture, so give it then a Z index, but not the crazy settings of 9999. I mean, come on, that's not necessary. And only a little setting of 2 rems of the bottom, and that's it. That's all you have to do, and now you have a perfectly responsive picture with on top a button that stays on its place whatever you do. As you can see, this is the way you have to work with when you use an image as a background. You have to work on the settings of the button, because otherwise you get a distorted diff. To wrap this up, as you can see, this is a method to this one. When you put your pictures and your buttons or whatever you have inside this image to stay on its position, even when it gets responsive. As you can see, this works very nicely, very fine. If you want to use this, yeah, no problem, but keep in mind that you have to set the settings on your button in this case, because otherwise this picture will get distorted. But you don't have to do with the with the example I showed you in this, with the image with a button on top of it. And another advantages of this method is that you can use alt text for this picture. So that's handy for SEO and for people who use screen readers. And yeah, okay, that's it for this time. I hope this was helpful and you can use it in your designs. Until then, bye.